Hello, everyone, and welcome to the RV Inspection and Care podcast and video. I'm Dwayne. I'm a certified RV inspector, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not all RVs are just trash. Have you heard that lately? Well, I get this a lot on the comments in my YouTube videos and Facebook as well. So is that statement true? Are all RVs these days just trash? Well, you know, today a lot of people take extreme positions on many subjects out there, and it's true that that is also present in the RV industry. For instance, on the one extreme, you have some RV influencers and some RV builders and manufacturers who like to portray RVs and RVing as non-stop vacation fun, without mentioning that RVs actually take a lot of work and effort to upkeep. On the other hand, and on the other extreme, you have some RV owners who had a bad buying experience, and they go online and complain loud and long that all RVs these days are trash. In fact, they really reserve most of their venom for the manufacturer they bought from, too, and claim that everything they produce is just garbage. Well, which extreme is correct? Or what is the truth about RVs these days? Well, my friends, number one, RVs are not made like cars. I hear that comparison a lot, but it isn't really a valid one. Cars or passenger vehicles are made mainly these days by automated processes. And why is that? Well, because the manufacturers wanted to take human error out of the construction process as much as possible. But you see, RVs, even up till today, are still made mainly by hand. So the quality of your RV will depend to a large extent on the skill, the cooperation, and yes, even the attitude of the people that worked on it to build it. Now, another thing that must be kept in mind is that some RV builders foster a very pleasant workplace to work in. They have great communication with the workforce, and things are so good that their workforce likes to stay for many, many years, maybe even decades. On the other hand, there are other RV builders who have a relatively poor workplace, bad communication with their workforce, and as a result, they have a very high turnover rate. Well, here's my question. Guess which builder is going to produce a much more consistent product with quality over the long haul? Well, I think the answer to that is actually very obvious. So that's why it's good to know who the better brands are before you go out and start buying an RV, because wouldn't you rather have an RV from the brands that have happy people working on their product and are producing consistently quality products? Now, let's also talk about one more thing that's often complained about today with RVs. Many say that the poor building materials and building methods for building RVs now means that they are just garbage. Well, you know what? It's true that if you use the same building materials and the same building methods to build the average house, it would be considered substandard in many cases. But RVs are not made to be houses. They are not made to be stationary. They have to be designed to be able to move around in a variety of places under extreme conditions and do it easily and quickly using a wide variety of vehicles. So you see, it's that movement of RVs that means that they are going to take constant effort to upkeep and keep them in good working shape. Also, everything about building an RV will eventually come back to weight. I've made that statement many times before. Here's what I mean. The bigger the RV, the more features that you have stuffed into that RV, the more weight you're going to be hauling around. The more weight means you have to have a bigger tow vehicle or a bigger chassis to move it around. All of that means more cost initially, but it also means more effort to keep it up and maintain it as well. So don't get fooled by the RV brands that seem to offer you more of everything for less money than their competition that are reputable brands who've had good reputations for years. You see, high production RV builders are definitely cutting corners somewhere when they lower those prices like that. Truthfully, it's honestly better in many cases to buy an older used RV from a quality brand than it is to buy a new one from one of these brands that like to cut corners. So then, let's get back to our question. Are all RVs these days trash and garbage? The answer is no. The majority, and I do mean the vast majority of RV owners out there, are essentially happy with their rig. I talk to a lot of them as I go around, and yes, there are challenges, but in general, most people are having a pleasant experience. So it is not true that all RVs are trash. However, let me recommend this. When you go to buy an RV, or if you're thinking about starting out into RVing, you need to be realistic about what it's going to take to own an RV. You need to accept the fact that it is going to require constant effort and upkeep to maintain, and be willing to commit to that. Now, you could do that a couple of ways. You can pay someone else to do that, or you can do a lot of it yourself. Personally, my recommendation is that I think RV owners really should try to learn as much as they can about how to fix the small things that go wrong on RVs. It's not difficult. It's not rocket science or beyond the average person. In fact, roughly 80% of the problems that need to be repaired on an RV can be taken care of by the average owner who has just a little guidance and direction to be able to do that. So now let's recap a little bit. First of all, buy your RV from a quality brand to begin with. One that has a solid reputation in the industry for consistency. Now, once you do that, you have all the odds working in your side that you are going to be getting a good RV. Now, I've produced some guidebooks that will help you to know which ones are the generally better brands as compared to their competition. And if you think it will help, you can download those. The next thing is make sure you protect against human error in the building process, which, by the way, is in every RV factory out there. Protect against that by following the advice in my guidebooks on how to buy both new and used RVs. If you follow that direction and advice, then you're putting the odds really solidly on your side that you're not only going to get a good brand, a quality brand, but also one that's in really workable condition when you take ownership. Now, here's my final advice. Please don't buy into the extreme viewpoints of just a few very loud and very angry people. It's just not the truth. It's an extreme opinion. You can buy and you can own an RV that will take you on many happy and fun adventures for years to come. And that's it for now. Have safe and happy travels, my friends. Until next time.